Hey, this is Andy Stickle, and in this video, you are going to get a behind-the-scenes look as I help one of our clients improve his Facebook ads. Now, he's an immigration attorney, but what I tell him is applicable to all practice areas. Doesn't matter if you do immigration, doesn't matter if you do personal injury or criminal defense or family law or whatever it is. The tips that I give him are universal. So make sure you watch this video in its entirety if you run Facebook ads or any sort of advertisement in general, because this is applicable to all advertisements. So watch this video and I hope you learn a lot.
We are an immigration law firm. We fight for the rights of immigrants who are facing deportation. For Facebook specifically, we are wanting our ads to be done in Spanish. As far as case types, anybody who's in immigration court or anybody who is an immigrant and who has been the victim of any type of harm, abuse, or crime in the United States.
All right, so basically what you're doing is you're doing messaging ads. So what that means is that somebody sees an ad and it says, send us a message and we'll help you out.
Okay.
All right, let's look at this one that's got 9 conversions at $16 a piece. Okay, what does that say?
It says, was your case rejected in court? Then you should consider asking for FOIA first. We can help you with that.
Consider asking for what first?
FOIAs are
FOIAs.
It's an immigration record request that our firm, we were running a campaign called FOIAs First. It's advice for all immigrants out there. Get your FOIAs first, get your records done first so that you can make informed decisions about how to manage your case. So that's where that comes from.
So I want you to think about this for a second. We're trying to attract people that are being deported, and we're putting up a statement that says, was your case rejected in court? Do you see where I'm going with this? If I'm looking for someone that facing deportation, I don't want to say, do you have a problem? I want to say, are you being deported? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
I want to be right
urgent
in their face with what the problem is.
Yes.
Because that's how you get people to self-identify. It's like, so I do marketing for lawyers. It's like if our ad said, hey, business owners. Yeah, lawyers technically are business owners, and people who are being deported technically have had problems in the court, but it's a very specific problem that they have, right? Because this could be like your E2 visa was denied or your tax lien didn't go through. You know what I mean? Like it could literally be anything. So clarity is what you need, right? So the first thing you need is you need something that's going to get somebody to self-identify. Now, on Facebook, you cannot say, are you being deported? Because that'll get your ad rejected. But here's what you can do. You can say, anyone who's being deported needs to know these 3 things, something like that. So you never want to say, are you being this? Like Facebook doesn't want their user base to think that you're being Big Brother, basically. So that's why you can't say, are you gay? Are you going through a divorce? Have you been arrested? Have you done this? But you can say, anyone who's going through a divorce needs to know this. Anyone who's being deported needs to know this. Or here's 3 reasons that the government will deport somebody, even if they own a business or something like that, right? So that's your first thing, right? You need to make it unbelievably clear. Now, give me just this part right here. What does this say?
It says, get your free case evaluation here.
When I click send message, what happens?
You go to your messaging now, my intake team, which will give you a free case evaluation.
But do they have to actually request their case evaluation, or when they click that button, does something pop up and like we don't use messenger ads, that's why I'm asking you this, because we use opt-in stuff. But when they actually click on that, does it pre-populate and say, I need a case evaluation because I'm being deported, or does it just open up a thing and they have to say whatever?
It opens up a message thing, and now they're messaging directly with my team.
But it doesn't open like a website that straightly takes them to their free case evaluation.
So they have to literally say, hi, I'm looking for a free case evaluation, rather than having some sort of clarity. Here's what you have to remember. A confused mind always says no. And you have to remember, through this entire process, they don't live in the immigration world. They don't know any of this stuff. So basically, we have to hold their hand through the entire process. So first of all, what we have to do is we have to get them to raise their hand. Are you facing deportation? Now, I keep saying, are you facing? You can't say, are you facing? But you've got to do something that's going to get the words. And even better, like if you can do, entrepreneurs facing deportation, doctors facing deportation, like figure out what your avatar is and get as close to them as possible. Professionals who are facing deportation, successful people who are facing deportation. You know what I mean? Like business owners. Yeah, exactly. Fathers, parents. Think of like, what's all the different ways that you could describe your avatar and make a big list. And a lot of this is testing what works and what doesn't work. So basically that's what you do, is you just have to go down the list and just try to call out the avatar, right? Now, there's a couple of things you could do. What's interesting is that you've gotten some opt-ins. Now, my question is, I'm looking at these opt-ins that you've had. I mean, you got 50 opt-ins at $21 a piece. Okay, first of all, 2 questions. How many were a legitimate lead, and meaning that they actually had an immigration problem that you helped them with? Just give me a ballpark.
Let's say of the 50 people, let's say 20 of them were actual leads. And let's say 9 of them booked a consult. Okay. And let's say 2 of them became clients.
I have to tell you, that's a freaking miracle based on this ad, but which is great.
All right.
But that's the best news you could ever have. Because if it works with something like this, then once you actually are clear with it, it's going to work really, really well. Because if you look at this, what's a client worth for you right now?
Yeah, average client in our firm is $7,500.
$7,500. Okay. Yep. So what that means is that based on these numbers, if you got 50 leads and 2 turned into clients, that means that you spent $540-ish to get a client to make $7,500. Like, that's freaking phenomenal, right? That's a great ROI. That's a great ROAS, return on ad spend, right? What that means is that you can kind of go with this messaging. So I wouldn't completely abandon the messaging, but what I would do is I would try to hone it in a little bit more so that you're actually getting the clients that you're actually looking for. I think just doing that stuff will fix a lot of your problems. Okay, so this one's in English. All right, perfect. Okay, and this is basically the exact same thing, right? So was your case denied in court? Then you should request FOLAS first. Prevent it here. Prevent what? Right? So get your case evaluation here. You want it to be imagery where people can like self-identify. So a picture of someone, the back of somebody's head, doesn't work, but like a picture of somebody that actually looks like your ideal clients smiling or like a big picture of their face. People like people that look like them. So that's one thing, right? So you want to have imagery there. Was your case denied in court? It's a little too vague. It's very vague. Call out the problems that they have, and like, here's the other thing. Think about what is every problem that they have. Think about like, what are the actual problems that they have? What are the emotions that they're experiencing? And then talk about what possible outcomes you can get them, right? The reality is that if you talk about 3 things, then people will relate to your messaging. The first thing is, what is it that they want? Second thing is, what are they afraid of? And the third is, what will their life be like after they get what they want? So if you talk about those 3 things, then what's going to happen is you're going to get more people to you. So you're looking for a website called Hemingway Editor. This website is free, and this website's amazing. What it does is it makes it so that you're writing in a very simple format, right? So you can see it actually demonstrates what it does. This app highlights lengthy, complex sentences and common errors. If you see a yellow sentence, shorten it or split it. If you see a red sentence, your sentence is dense and complicated that your readers are going to get lost, right? So your goal when you're writing your copy is to make sure that you don't have any color here, right? So if I was going to write an ad for you, so I would say deportation as a business owner is devastating. Now you see how there's no color here, right? And what you want to do is you want to make it like short sentences, lots of space between. You don't want to have big chunks of text. I mean, like, I like every sentence being its own paragraph, right? I like trying to make it so that I don't have any red at all. And again, you can see we're at an 8th grade level here. So we could think like, what are some ways that we can make this even easier to read? And then you would do this in Spanish also. Now, I don't know if Hemingway Editor works in Spanish, but you want to use these same principles. Never use a long word when you can use a short word, right? So there's this website, it's emojicopy.com. I always do these things here. Emojis, you can search pretty much any emoji. You can do like please, and then you can do like that maybe, right? You can do something like that with emojis, right? And then I would do like 3 ways we fight deportation, right? And then I would do green, copy, paste. And I would say like, use the law to find I'm going to say loophole. You probably don't want to use that as a lawyer.
Yeah.
That will allow you to stay. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could do something like that. And then you could say anyone facing deportation should contact us immediately. You want to tell people what to do, right? Click the button here below this ad to open Messenger. Then type help in the box and we'll help you. One of my mentors told me, you never want to give people credit for intelligence they don't possess. And what that means is that It's not that people are stupid. It's that you want to tell them literally what to do and what to expect, right? If you just have that thing, contact us, and it's a button, like they have to know, first of all, that they click that it's going to pop up Messenger. A lot of people don't know that, especially people that don't speak English, right? So they might not know that's going to happen. So they click it and they think, oh crap, there's like a bug in Facebook, and they're clicking the button that's popping up, but nobody's actually even contacting you because they don't know that's what they're actually supposed to do. And then they say, okay, well, I am supposed to do it, but I don't know what to say. Like, am I supposed to say hello, or like, how does this work? Because it's not like calling somebody where they pick up the phone. You know what I mean? It's like you have to tell them every single step of the way. It's funny. I own a supplement company, and on our page, we originally had a button, and the button said buy now. And I changed it to click here to buy now. And our conversions increased by like 30% just by saying click here to buy now. So it's like you never want to leave it to chance. You always want to tell them exactly what to do. In a perfect world, you would have an ad like this that also has a video that's talking about the same thing. And in the perfect world, you've seen my ads where it has like a red bar at the top that says like, hey, lawyers. Like, you've probably seen those before, right?
Yeah, I have.
You want to have something like that. That's like a pattern interrupt, right? And something that's actually going to call their attention out, right? So like, you can even say like deportation sucks. You know what I mean? Or like whatever the equivalent would be, just something like that that's going to capture their attention. But I think if you make these changes, you're going to see a really big difference.
I had a question also about like when we set up an ad, the demographics and stuff in the ad and the audience and the geo and stuff like that. Like, do you have any tips about those things?
So here's what Facebook wants to do. They're going to take the information that you give it, but the more narrow information you give it, the more it's going to cost you. The fewer people they can show your ad to means the fewer people they have to show your ad to, meaning they can't use the inventory anywhere. Right? They've got ad inventory, and you're gonna reserve this specific ad inventory, right? What I think you should do is do broad targeting using Facebook, and then let your ad copy do your actual targeting. Okay. Because what's going to happen is their AI, that's what the learning mode is. The learning mode is where basically, I look at it like a game of Battleship. Facebook, basically, based on what you said, when it's in learning mode, it's trying to figure out who is actually even a good candidate to see your ads, right? So it'll put some ads over here. Oh, no, we didn't get anything there. Okay, I'm going to put some ads over here. No, we didn't get it there. We'll put some ads here. Okay. Oh, we got a hit right here. Okay, cool. We're going to continue showing ads to these types of people, right? So that's how it works. Basically, what's going to happen is that what you're doing is something called dog whistle marketing, which basically means that somebody who's not facing deportation, like, does not care about that. They're not going to watch that video. Right? Or they're not going to read the ad. So what's going to happen is people that are facing deportation, they're the ones that are going to click on the ad. Facebook starts seeing, okay, these are the types of people, because Facebook has so much stuff behind the scenes that you don't have access to that Facebook does have access to. And basically what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, they all have these things in common. Like, it could even be their browsing history. It can be, oh, they've all gone to the immigration website. Yeah, the website or whatever it is. You know what I mean? There's so many different things. Now, here's one more tip on your YouTube channel. What are the deportation videos that have gotten the best traction for you? That video got 15,000 views. So somebody's interested in it. So download it, throw it up on Facebook as an ad. So like, I'm just saying, like, take stuff that you've already proven has worked and gotten like comments and views and all that type of stuff, and throw it on Facebook, because it'll probably work there too. And then the other thing I would do is I would turn it into a square video. So I'd make it 1080 by 1080. Yes. At the top of the video, put a red bar that says like deportation sucks or something like that, that's calling out the deportation. And I would do that. And like, cause we already proven these videos work. They got 21,000 views or 15,000 views or something like that, So so that would be another tip for you. So is this helpful? Does this give you guys some good places to go?
Andy, like, thank you so much. We got a ton of value out of that. I'm really glad that anyway, I really appreciate you.
Awesome. We appreciate you as well.